Okay, for this tutorial I'm going to use the new release paper collection. Let us know this is the new Christmas paper collection by Graphic 45, and I want to show you a little bit and quickly how gorgeous is this collection with this color combination. It's just fantastic. I really love this Santa with the bear and the wolf and the bunnies and the I don't know how to pronounce these poniceras, or I don't know in English, but in Spanish these are Nochebuenas, and this is so beautiful. This is the back. Then we have this again with the flowers, and look at this red. It's so beautiful. I really love it so much. The classic colors here, this green, beautiful, and all these stamps perfect for card making, or maybe in the project that I am going to show you now we can add some of these, of course. Why not? And look at this beautiful Holiday Happiness is the name of this sheet, and it's so pretty with all these birds. And this is the back, so beautiful also with the holly leaves there. Look at this, how gorgeous is this. And the blue one on the back. Then we have these gorgeous and really useful strips, so pretty. I love this so much. And the back, I love this green, is so pretty. And these bears, oh, this is so cute. I already fussy cut one of the bears for this project, and look at this in the back. It's so beautiful. And of course these cards also fantastic, really wonderful. And I want you to show you this. Look, this Santa going through the chimney. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Always Graphic 45 made beautiful paper collections, and Christmases are awesome. Well, I'm going to use some of the 8x8 and the patterns in solids. I already cut this one and this a little bit, but let me show you quickly. Look at this. Blue is beautiful, really. Oh my gosh, I love these two patterns and in this color. And the green, I mean, is beautiful also. So elegant, really elegant. Look at this, so pretty. Okay, what I'm going to do, I went to my local kind of dollar store, and I got this frame. This is not glass. I want it to be glass, but well, it is not. It's just an acetate piece. I'm going to remove this, and I already removed 3 of these. Only using my tweezers, you pull them out, okay? Now I'm going to make a shadow box with this because I want to add one of my favorite Christmas pictures, and you need to adapt it to the frame that you find. Of course, this measure in the front 8 1/4 by 6 and not a quarter, is a little bit less, 6 3/16, something like that. But I'm going to make a box in the inside, so I'm going to tell you my measurements. This is 7 1/16, the long side, and the short side is 5 1/8. So to make the interior box, we will need 2 long pieces. This is 2mm chipboard, and depending of the chipboard you are going to use, you will need, of course, to adjust the measurements. Okay, but this is 2 millimeters, and these two pieces measure 7 and 1/16 by 2.5. This it's going to be the depth of my shadow box, okay, the interior. We need 2 pieces, and then 2 more pieces that measure 4 7/8 by 2.5 for the short sides. And to cover in the back, we need this piece that measures 7 and 1/16 by 5.25. But I want to add a picture on the inside, of course. So let me move this. I already cut this rectangle, and I will tell you how I took my measurements. Why it's not centered? Well, because of course I want to use this from the signature sheet, and this is going to be here. I'm going to upcycle this. These are Tim Holtz trees, but if you don't have this kind of trees, you can just cut fussy cut trees of the collection and add volume on the back to hold it. Okay, I'm going to upcycle 2 of these. So I want to cut my frame inside, and I measure 1.5 to mark here, and then from here to here it's 4.5 to make this line. Okay, now from the top to the bottom I made a mark at 1 and at 3.5. So I have this rectangle, and now it is open. All right, now we need to prepare the papers that are going to mat all the inside, and I already have those papers. This I already showed you is from the Patterns and Solids. So we need 2 pieces, long pieces that measure 8 and 1/16 by 3. Now I tell you why. And 2 that measure 4 and 7/8 by 3. In these 2, I already make a mark at 1/2 inch. Okay, so this, it's going to be like so. This is going to be the hinges to hold the back. Okay, in the sides and also on the top and bottom. Here we need 2 in the sides, but also 1 that is going to be in here. Okay, when we have this, we will cover, and this, it's going to be a hinge to hold it on place. All right, so we need these 2 pieces. Let me crease those lines, and I cut already this piece of paper that is going to be here, and this piece measure 5.25 and 7 by 7 and 1/16, which is exactly the same size of this. Of course, we will need to cut around what this measures, but I am going to do that at the very end. Okay, what I already made, it's centering this on place. I just took, let me center it, of course, I just took my pencil and I mark all around here, because this is the last piece that I am going to glue here, because remember, we are going to hold it with the hinges of the paper. But it's not going to be easy to open here, so we can open right now. What we are going to do is start assembling these pieces. the idea is to put this inside here, and we need to start checking it fits. I'm going to cut a little bit this side because I want this to have the whole room it needs, but just be careful, just cut a tiny piece. And this happens sometimes because the frames are not completely in the square way they should be. Okay, I like it more in this way, so I'm going to remove here. You can see here it's almost nothing, it's just a tiny piece. Okay, we can continue sticking this piece here. Now I'm going to stick this piece here on the top, but before I do that, I just want to be sure this fits perfectly here inside, and it is in the top, in the front side. Okay, the 4 sides. Oh my gosh, why it is not? Why it's not? What happened here? I know, it's because I cut a little bit. So no, I'm going to put it, align it on the top. It's because I had to cut a little bit. But it's okay. We can remove it here. First, what I am going to use is secure this. I will try to cut it. Just, I am passing the knife without any pressure. Here I'm going to cut in the long sides. I will cut in an angle. This piece needs to fit here, and then with my finger I just mark where it's going to be. The other side, and probably this we need to cut. No, this is great, you see. Okay, so now what I am going to do, because I made my new mark here, I will remove a little bit here. These pieces in both sides, and at the very end we will add this, but you can see here I need to cut a little bit more. Okay, now I already mat all the inside, and this piece is ready. I have to tell you that I need to trim a bit on all the 4 sides, and what I recommend you is cut just a tiny pieces until, and repeat it until you can fit exactly inside. So now it's time. I am not adding the glue in these flaps yet, and now we can. Okay, and now before I add this here, because I have the acetate, I need to cover all this frame with the white gesso, and with a sponge I am just going to try to soften a little bit to light down the blue with the white gesso. Okay, I'm going to cover all the four sides, also here. I choose this because it has a pattern here as the sweater or something like that, and I like it for that reason, but I don't want it in this color, so I will try to do this technique, the air dry, just to add a little bit of, you can remove a little bit, of course. With a baby wipe, it's easy to remove. If you think this is too much white, you can always remove it with the baby wipe. I like it. I really like it. I use 3 layers of the white gesso, I'm sorry. And now to give a little bit of color, I'm going to use this blue gold acrylic paint. This is Opal Magic by Finnabair, and we don't need to use a lot. Actually, I'm going to put here just a bit, and then we will be using some water here, and I think I'm going to use it in this way. We can add a little bit, and then using the water that allows the paint to flow. Okay, now this is already dried, and I was thinking how to start the decoration, but before we do that, I am going to add lights inside. Of course, that's the idea why I am making 2 boxes, this and the other one that is going to be aligned with this edge. But let me explain you, before we add this, we need to assemble the second box, because these lights, I've got it on Amazon, and has 20 tiny lights. So if you have a different one, just make the holes wherever you think it's going to show better the picture and all the scene inside. Okay, so for the outside, first we need to make this. For the outside, we need another 2 long pieces. This is 7 and 15/16 by 2.5. We need 2 of those. 2 small that measure 6.25 by 2.5, and 1 big for the back that measure, this is which measure 8.18 by 6.25. And we need to open also another window. And how are we going to calculate where is the window? From the top to the bottom, you need to make 2 marks at 1 1/8 and join that mark to make this line. From the right, from this side to the center, it's 1.5. From the bottom to the top, it's 1 5/8, and from the right side to the center, there are 2 9/16. When you have that, you just need to remove it. And now we have our window. Now I'm going to cover this, and for that I choose this gorgeous paper from Patterns and Solids again, and this measure 7 7/8 by no, 7 7/8 by 9.5. But be careful, because this is the piece. Let me explain you here. Remember, my window is, if you watch in front, it's more in the left side. So this is going to be like so also, okay? So we need to cover this side, not this. This is the side that we are going to cover like so. Okay, this is ready, the back now. And the window, we don't want to lose the window, because we are going to cover also this piece, but we need to remove a little bit, and we will do that in a moment. Okay, let's construct now these pieces. Door, this, of course, it doesn't fit now because we cover this with the paper. So I already made my marks, and I will cut, it's about 1/16 in one short side and one long side, and then I will try. I have here another leftover piece of the same paper, of course, and let's check if this fits. Yes, it fits perfectly. That's enough, because now we will cover that. Now this piece is going to be here in this way, but we cannot glue or stick anything yet. But what we can do right now is to mark here on the back where I want my lights. The wire with the lights is already inside, but I made with my Crop-A-Dile 20 holes. And where to make the holes, it depends or what or which side of the box you want to light up. Okay, I want to light up more my the picture, of course. That's why they're here in the top 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. In the sides are 3 on each one, and in the bottom they are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, but first I think we need to stick the flaps. I mean, we don't want to tear the paper. And let me tell you what I did. Here, I just cut in straight. Then this, I cut it a little bit down to put it in this way. You see? So we need to attach first these short sides in my case, because I put, and I think we can remove this. We don't need it anymore. While I am waiting to this to be hot, I realized that this hole can't be so high, because then it's going to crash here and this will be like so, but in the back there is not going to be way to add the picture properly. So I will do another one, but close to the edge, because there is where I have space, and I am not too worried for this because I can cover that with a sticker, a chipboard, something. We have enough space already. Yes. So for now I'm going to stick this here to avoid the movement. Later I'm going to cover there with something, okay? Now you can see we have enough room here. So I'm going to start adding the lights. I am just passing through the lights a little bit here, and then I will use a drop of this in here. Now this is the last one. Okay, I'm going to let this dry a little bit because I think it needs to dry just a little bit here. That's it. That's much better. You see, now it's easy also to see the picture on the back. Now we need to do the fun part, which is decorate inside. And I have this Christmas tree. These are really old. I am going to try to upcycle this. pieces. Now this is the patterns in solid, but with the oh, I forgot the name. The well, you are watching this, and these pieces measure 8 and 15/16 by 3. I think this is 3, the total, because we added this, and this is, yes, 3. So I will be adding this piece.